Managing a city of 39,000, Amy Brown, City Manager of Campbell, tells us more. Pride celebrations in the month of June get a kickstart in the state's capital. Land of the Midnight Sun, Stockholm Pride is featured from our archives. And the ladies of the documentary What's the Tea are reality and self-assurance in identity in this July 2012 edition of Outlook Video. Welcome to Outlook Video, your nationally recognized, award-winning news magazine for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender communities. I'm Christine Hancock.
And I'm Ajay Sellers. The United States Court of Appeal for the Ninth Circuit has declined to review the three-judge panel ruling that Prop 8 is unconstitutional. Proposition 8 proponents sought an en blanc review with the randomly selected 11-judge panel after a three-judge panel upheld Judge Vaughn Walker's 2010 decision that Proposition 8 violated the United States Constitution Equal Protection Clause. A majority of the judges denied to hear the case.
The Proposition 8 backers have until September 5th to file an appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court. If they do not file within that 90-day time frame, gay marriages can resume in California. If they do file, which is expected, the matter continues with the United States Supreme Court where they will decide whether or not to hear the narrowly defined ruling. Meanwhile, same-sex marriages in California remain on hold.
In this month's People Like Us segment, Amy Brown, City Manager of Campbell, is here to talk with us. She previously served as interim city administrator for the city of San Francisco when Mayor Edwin Lee left the post to move up to take the job of Gavin Newsom, who went on to Sacramento to be lieutenant governor. Confused? We'll learn more later in the program.
Being one of the first Pride events of the month, Sacramento Pride was held on the first Saturday in June. The city of Sacramento is estimated to have a gay population of 9.8%, the sixth highest in the nation. John Angel was there to capture the spirit of this popular and well-planned Pride Parade and Festival. We'll see his report later in the show.
And digging through our archives to celebrate our 25th year, we'll take you back to the Venice of Scandinavia, Stockholm, Sweden, where Raymond Donald Hong follows the city's annual parade as it goes through the streets of Gamstan and Sturdumdaum.
And finally, filmmaker Cecilia Asuncion of What's the Tea talks with Ajay. Asuncion's documentary follows the lives of 5 transgender women with an objective to show that these people are not unicorns or fairy tale characters. We switch over now to the studio for Ajay's People Like Us interview with Amy Brown, City Manager of Campbell.
I'm Liam Makelem, and you are watching the very wonderful, the very queer, very gay Outlook Video.
Amy, thank you for taking time to talk with us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So you've just come down from San Francisco to the city of Campbell.
Yes.
And how are you enjoying the South Bay?
I am loving the South Bay. We really are enjoying the sunshine and the ease that it just seems so easy to live here.
And I know that you moved down here with your partner and
Yes.
your dogs.
Yes.
And they're enjoying the South Bay as well?
Yes, everyone is happy. We have a big, flat, sunny backyard. The fog does not roll in every day. The winds do not pick up every day. So, yes. And I'm married to a school teacher, so she's enjoying right now her summer break for the first time in years, actually outside gardening and getting some sun.
You were the interim city administrator in San Francisco.
Yes.
And you're now the city manager in Campbell. Big difference in those two positions.
Yes.
How's that working for you?
You know, I'm about 5 months in to the job, so I would definitely say that I'm still making the transition and adjusting, still learning names, even though there are a lot fewer to learn, and just getting to know the community and the employees and the operation, the city council, my 5 bosses. But I think it's going really well. It's a wonderful community, just a really great place to live and work, and everyone has been very welcoming. So it's as easy a transition as one can have.
I know that San Francisco is very politically active. The LGBT community up there is very, very active. Not so in Campbell. I mean, I know that there's a community in Campbell and they're there, but they're certainly not as politically active in the city of Campbell as San Francisco. How is that different for you?
That's a great question. I mean, one of the basic tenets of the profession of city management is that you have to be apolitical. You have to really be able to work with everyone who lives in your community and serve anyone that the community elects. So there's a way in which it being a little less political is actually good for me professionally. But having said that, I think it's really fascinating that in San Francisco, where we had 11 members of the Board of Supervisors, there were 2 who were gay. And in Campbell, where I have 5 city council members, there are 2 who are gay. So there clearly is still a sense to me of a strong community and a very welcoming community that is inclusive of the LGBT community that does live in Campbell.
We were talking about Prop 8.
Yes.
And I know that you were highly involved up in the city with Prop 8 when it originally passed with Gavin Newsom.
Yes.
And you were saying you had married lots of people and all that. Tell me what that was like up there.
It was a great time to be there, and I feel very fortunate to have participated. I worked for the City and County of San Francisco both during 2004 when Mayor Newsom made history by ordering the county clerk to start granting licenses to same-sex couples, and my partner and I got married for the second time, but the first legal attempt then. And at that time I was in the city attorney's office, so I had to be a little more removed. But by 2008, when the Supreme Court said that it was unconstitutional to withhold marriage, I was a deputy city administrator. So the city administrator's office tasked me with doing a lot of the training and deputizing volunteers to perform marriages, and it was just a wonderful time to be there, and I feel very lucky to have been part of that history.
Well, that's fantastic, and I hope you get another chance to deputize all sorts of people at the City of Campbell when we get done with that. So thank you for taking the time to come down with us.
Thank you.
And for more information around the City of Campbell, you can go to cicampbell.ca.us. You're watching Outlook Video.